Angel Foot Massage, QuickBooks Video 5, writing a normal check. When I say normal check, I mean a check not going to one of the workers. This is simply a check paying the expenses of the business like electricity and like telephone. You will not print these checks. It's my understanding that you physically record the check in a handwritten check first, then record it into your records. So if you're not printing from the printer, if you're writing handwritten checks, you have to make sure that the option is removed in the window, and you have to make sure that you write the check first before you record it into QuickBooks. And just a little side note, I have already entered the names of the vendors and the names of the workers who are also vendors. If they are 1099 workers, they belong on the vendor list, and I have entered them before I started this video. You will notice the current trial balance does not include any expenses. This is because we have not yet written any checks. You will see after the first check we write that the Citibank bank account will decrease by the amount of the check that is written, and the expense that we wrote the check to will appear for the first time, and if it's a second check to that expense, it will increase that expense. We open the check window and notice, okay, the computer knows that there's only one bank type of account. There's only one bank kind of account that we have here, and therefore that's the only one that's listed. But if our chart of accounts had several bank accounts, we would have to choose the bank account that we're writing the check from. Let us imagine that this is January 9th of 2013. Let us imagine we're writing a check for $50. Let us imagine the check is going to Con Edison. And let us imagine that the reason for the Con Edison check is electricity. Go down to the bottom left under the word account and click once to bring the arrow. Click on the arrow to get your chart of accounts and choose the account that represents the reason why you're paying this check. In this case, it's electric expense. Okay, very good. Now, we now have $50 decreasing the bank account, and electric expense will show up for the first time as $50. When we click Save and Close, you'll now notice the Citibank bank account has decreased by $50, and electric expense has shown up in the trial balance for the first time as $50. You double-click the Citibank bank account, and you'll notice there were the two deposits we made in the previous videos, and then of course here's the check for $50 to Con Edison, which decreases the balance of the bank account.